What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lysha Maurice, and I'm here to do a SmackDown review. So, if you look over here in this corner, that's me. That's me from this past Friday's SmackDown. It was in my hometown of Hartford, Connecticut, and your girl wanted to feel the glow, okay? So I went fully decked out Naomi because I always go to these WWE shows in Uso merch. Nothing but Uso merch every single time. Every single show I've been to from November of last year till WrestleMania, even Raw after Backlash, I've worn something of either Uso. So I decided I wanted to feel the glow. And that's what I did. Y'all loved that look. Y'all ate that look up on Twitter, and that to this day, almost a week later, those pictures are still getting likes on them on Twitter. So you guys really, really enjoyed it. You can get this shirt on my Etsy shop. There's also one that doesn't have her picture on it and it just has her name across it with the where her picture's in the letters. That's available as well if you just don't want the big pictures of her in the center. Um so let's start the review. WWE pumped fake me. They got me really good. The show starts and I hear that one song that I love so much. And it has the lyrics that say, I was born a king. And the tears, the tears. I started crying immediately because I wasn't expecting to see Jim Uso. I thought, with the broken toe, we wouldn't see him for a while, even though it takes 4 to 6 weeks for a broken toe to heal itself. And he's scheduled for the holiday tour. I figured, he would be out until the holiday tour. The next time we would see him would be like clips and stuff of that. And no, they were like, we're going to give Lysha a treat. And we're going to have Big Jim open the show. So Big Jim comes down. He saw me. He saw me. And I mean, how couldn't you see me? You see all this green up here. And I was elated. I'm going to insert the clip of me crying. And then you guys can check on my YouTube short from what was coming out of me when I heard his music pop, and then you can watch the clip here of me fucking crying because my boyfriend decided that he wanted to record. So here's a video. So Jim comes out and he pretty much tells us what's next for him, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was feeling that promo. Because we double taped, we started recording Friday's episode around 7-ish. And I guess they had time to edit in between then because I was very loud. I was super loud during Jimmy's program. Well, not his program, but his promo. And then Drew McIntyre decided he wanted to appear. I don't know why he decided he wanted to appear, but he decided to appear and attack a man who is on a singular crutch. Don't know what that was about. Don't really care. But that was the moment I knew that I really, really, really loved Jimmy Uso. Because I stood up on my feet and was ready to fight. Like, when I saw Drew get into the ring, I stood up immediately. But I don't think you guys see that on the camera. At least I didn't see it because they had zoomed in on Jimmy so that you didn't see Drew. And Jimmy was kind of like standing directly in front of me. But I stood up. I line that shit up. line that shit up, ho. And Drew did Drew like things and decided that he was going to attack Jimmy. And I didn't like that. I understand like he's taking down everybody he possibly can to like because he still feels slighted by the bloodline and whatever hatred he still has in his heart for CM Punk. Go figure. But this coming Friday is the opening promo is rather interesting. And honestly, I think even though we didn't film much, we didn't really film much for this week's episode. We didn't see any backstage segments. We got to film all the matches. Because Saturday Night Main Event was the next day. So they had to keep all of that stuff under wraps so that it didn't spoil it for us. Even though the show was rather predictable. But for the most part, we were able to see the aftermath of what happened between those two in that opening promo. Or at least just whatever the fuck. Then we move on to the first of two semifinal matches. Michin takes the cake. Again, standing on my feet, screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm pretty sure they'll never let me purchase those seats ever again, because I was on my feet for majority of the wins. I think the only time I wasn't really standing up was when Braun decided that he was going to like kill Mello. That was the one where it was like, ooh, But I had a feeling that Braun was going to be Mello's opponent, because they have this thing where they try to humble Mello, and that's just not something that's in his character, is being humble. So the scare tactic worked. Then go backstage, gets invited on the Grayson Waller effect. The Grayson Waller effect was pretty great for this week's episode. Can't wait for you guys to see that. And then we move on. Matter of fact, we're going to go backwards, actually. Nick Aldis talked to Naomi and Bianca, and that turns into a tag match for this week's episode against Nia and Candice LeRae. And I was hoping that we would get an update on the Jade situation, and Nick Aldis told us that it was still under investigation. So we didn't really get much out of that storyline. I don't know how long they're going to drag that out, being that we are heading into Mania season. And I feel like that's going to lead to a Mania match, or maybe even something at the Rumble or something at Chamber. Something on the road to WrestleMania is how that's going to end up. I'm not against it. I just wanted to be in the building when they told us that Naomi was the one that attacked Jade. I'm just saying. What else? Michin won, Chelsea won, Cody and KO. That attack was insane. He pumped fake, and I feel like if like kayfabe aside, if I'm looking at the screen that Kevin's talking to me at, he's sitting in a car and there's an exit sign like outside of the window. So clearly he wasn't outside of the XL Center. He was inside of the XL Center. So I just feel like, why didn't y'all just, You know, why didn't y'all just have Cody go back there initially? Because once Cody did go back there, he did get attacked, and they brought the attack all the way out to the ring. And then we all know what happens at Saturday Night Main Event. That pile driver was crazy. And that's something that's been in Kevin's movesets even since he was in the Indies. So that's rough. The experience of going to a double taping, it wears on you. I can say by the time we did get to the Grayson Waller effect, for this coming week's episode, I was tired. I was super tired because here's the thing, right? They told us doors opened up at 5, then they told us 5:15, then they didn't open the doors until like 5:30, 5:35, right? We get in, we go down all these fucking stairs to get to your seats because WWE uses all of like the back area in the venues. I know the XL Center very well. That is my home arena. I've been going to that arena since I was literally a baby, right? So I know that there's entrances that lead to the floor. However, we weren't allowed to use those because WWE was using them. So we had to walk down mad stairs. We had to show our tickets like 3 times. And then once we got to our seats, um, there was like a dark match, like a pre-show dark match, that started at 6:45. Then after that, that match was Luke Gallows versus Giovanni Vinci. Um, and then after that, we moved into the first 2 hours of SmackDown. So that was back, 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 no commercial breaks. Because it's like, even when you're there during like a regular taping and the show is live, you can tell when we're in the middle of a commercial break with a double taping. You cannot tell when the show is in a commercial break because everything is just going, 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 and it doesn't stop until it's like till we're at the end. So by the time you guys were watching SmackDown live, we were in the main event of Chelsea and Bailey going into Cody and Kevin. And then by the time Jimmy's promo was over and Drew did what he did, we were starting Speed, which aired today on Wednesday. So Speed was Michin versus Katana. That was amazing. Go watch that match on Twitter. Love Michin down. That to me, her being in Speed told me that Chelsea won, and that's okay. When it came down to Saturday, because it didn't matter. I wanted those two to be the finalists, and they were. Then we move on after. I'm trying to like pan everything out. So once you guys got to Tiffany and Michin's match, we were already like, I believe, into we were into a match already. I'm not gonna say what that match is, but we were into a match. And that match, I believe how they're gonna air it might have a picture in picture, because I know Chelsea and Michin had a picture in picture.
Approximately 10 hours later.
And I'm back. I don't know where I left off at because I started recording this video at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. So, I believe I was talking about how they did the whole double taping thing. So at some point, while you guys were actually watching the show that was live, we were in the middle of filming the second episode. We got 4 matches, I believe, coming for this Friday. I think there was that match. Then the women's tag team. What I will tell y'all is that the women's tag team match is the main event. That's what I will tell y'all. Then we had that match. Um, yep. So we filmed about 4 matches plus the Grayson Waller effect. Um, so that was that. Um, there was a couple promos. But all in all, I'm not gonna lie to you. Depending on what segments they filmed after we left the building, SmackDown is probably gonna be a banger this week. Cause match wise, the matches were dope. I fully enjoyed those. I'm not even gonna hold you. Those were, in my eyes, some of like the most perfect matches they could have put on for like the holiday season. Um, I know Raw was double taped this week as well. So like the Christmas episode will be um on Monday, but we had like a little holiday theme going on for us as well um on Friday. I don't know how much more I can give y'all without spoiling. I am going to do a review of SmackDown as well that has spoilers, but I'm not going to post that until after SmackDown airs. And I'm probably going to include some footage that I have. If you guys go over to my TikTok, I did a voiceover that I'm probably going to post on here as well of this past Friday, like the live episode. And then I'm going to build up for what I saw for this coming Friday. All in all, double taping, that's what it was. It takes a toll on you because we got in our seats. The show started 6:45. That was that. Then we went through the whole episode. Then there was a speed episode which came out Wednesday, and then we went through all the matches and like whatever promos they were willing to show us. Then we were out of there at regular time. So you know, like how if it was a live show, you would get out around like 10:30. Well, get out at 10:30 because the show ends at 10. You would get out at 10:30 because they still do another dark match or whatever. We still got out at 10:30, filming 2 2-hour episodes, speed and a pre-show dark match. We still got out of there in time, but like you can see the difference in the energy in the audience by the time we got to this coming Friday, because if it wasn't something that we really cared about, there wasn't really a pop. So pardon my city if we seemed lack of energy when it comes to this week's episode, aside from the women's tag match, because I feel like that was a hype moment and you guys will see why. But for the most part, I promise you that shit takes a toll on you. I was tired as shit. Like what we did on Friday, we didn't even do much on Friday because I knew that we were going to be in that arena for 5 ever. So we woke up, got dressed, went to brunch. After brunch, we literally came back to the hotel, got ready, and went right to the arena. Then after we left the arena, we went to Dave & Buster's till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So it like I had a long day on Friday and then had to get up and kind of do it again the next day. So I promise y'all, it definitely rest up, drink a Red Bull, get you a latte, a frappuccino, something with some caffeine in it if you're gonna go to a double taping, because after a while, after screaming, especially if it's a good show like how Friday was, you're gonna be tired. Like I feel like Jimmy took out of all my energy and he literally opened the show. All my energy left my body at 7 p.m. But that's it for my review of SmackDown. Chelsea Green is our women's U.S. champion. That is so amazing. Like, I like that. I like that. So yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that shit that big YouTubers say. And I'll see you guys in my next video.